it completely. Welcome to the Chick-Fil-A You Follow Coaches Show, week number 5 of the season. Tigers have a long road trip this week up to Pell City. I'm joined tonight with, of course, Coach Jarrell Jernigan. Once again, Coach, tough game last week, out-of-region game. We played a tough out-of-region schedule. It continues this week, all 6A opponents for us. But tough game at home, but I thought the Tigers played very well overall. And maybe, Greenville was a great game, but I thought that game we played and went toe-to-toe with a bigger physical opponent.
Yeah, that was a tough game, but it was a game that we needed. It was a game, smash mouth game. All they did was run the ball, running right at you. And defense played well. I take my hats off to my defense. They played really well. Offense, we slow all night, not moving the ball down the field, and but we made some plays when we needed to. But just got to see more out of my offense. But defense played well, and that's a game that we played really hard. I wish I would have had about 3 or 4 plays back out of that game, and I think we have a different outcome out of it.
Right. Well, like you said, the defense, they had a lot of talent. The running back, just sophomore, but, he broke that one long run. That was a game, you said 3 or 4 plays. I would say 2 plays. That long run and then that long pass play coming off their goal line, was 2 pivotal plays in that game. But even despite all that, you got them with their backs against the wall. They have to make that drive. They get picked up a couple of
face mask
15-yard penalties on that drive that helped them out, and they kicked a field goal with less than a minute to go in the game to tie it to force overtime. So, you don't take any solace in a moral victory or whatever like that. But
not at all.
Not at all. But I left that game feeling better than I would typically from a loss. And that's just me personally. I know the guys hated to lose the ball game, but that was a game that at the beginning of the year nobody probably gave us a chance to win. So
without a doubt. But you got to take. I take my hats off to them. They D-line. They disrupted us all night in the backfield. It kind of showed that we had 3 sophomores in the offensive line Friday night. Hey, but I take them with me anywhere right now because they're gonna be dang good.
Trial by fire. That was a great experience for them. So like I said, congratulations overall. We didn't have a chance to get the final stats or whatever, but where did we? How did they end up? I think it probably ended up being pretty close overall. At halftime they had a little bit of advantage, but we moved the ball well. Had 2 long scoring drives, one for the touchdown, and one for the field goal in the second half.
Yeah, I think stats was right there. It was tit for tat right there in the stats range. Of course, they rushed the ball for more than us. I don't remember the accurate number they had in the rushing, and I know we passed. We had the long touchdown with a long catch and run for touchdown that Tron had that put us over in the passing game right there. But like you said, that one long run that Rogers had that he broke, that kind of like set him up right there for them in the rushing.
I think it was 64 yards, if I remember right. It was something.
Yeah, it was something like that. And we had him wrapped up, but he's a hard runner. Yeah, he's low to the ground, great athlete. So that's something you just got to just get him down right there. But besides that long run, we had him in check all night.
You did, and you even said last week, you said he's gonna get a play here or there, and he got really one. And that was a big play. But even with that. That was only one, and that was the only touchdown they scored till overtime.
Correct.
So like I said, congratulations to the defense. And I thought the offense did pretty well. They held their own, and that Tron Mitchell touchdown came on 4th down, if I remember correctly.
Oh, was it 4th down? No, I think it was 3rd down.
Maybe
third
it was.
Down.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I think it was 3rd down. But yeah, we just gotta get going more and faster on offense. And the thing is, everybody going, like I tell my receiver, they're gonna start stacking the box on us now. I need receivers to step up and make plays. That's basically to the point right there. It's no sugarcoating. I need receivers to step up, make big catches in the game so that we can loosen up the box for our run game.
Right. Well, it kind of goes hand in hand. I mean, you run to set up the pass, you pass to set up the run sometimes. So it's good to have some balance. And like I said, going into last week's game, we were extremely balanced on offense, rushing and passing. So I know Eufaula's known for rushing, and we've always, except for a 4-year period, a 3-year period, we threw the ball quite a bit. Going back prior to last year, we threw it. We had 3 straight years when Ra and those receivers were here. We threw it a lot, but otherwise, Eufaula's known as a running team primarily, and but we've been pretty balanced this year overall. So that's good to hear. And we will continue to talk about last week and preview this week's opponent when we come back on the Chick-Fil-A Eufaula coaching show after this commercial break.
Hey, Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Like a good in life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Attention contractors, is your metal roofing provider slowing you down? Apex Metal Express fills orders within a week. 40-year finish warranty, 17 different colors, and multiple truss styles. Work more and wait less.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
Proudly serving the Eufaula area for over 30 years, Wertz Consulting is here to help you with all of your IT needs. Call Chris Wertz at 334-695-2820.
Hey, Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
And we're back on the Chick-fil-A Eufaula Coaches Show here live from Chick-fil-A. And Coach Jernigan, once again, we talked about the game last week, Pike Road. It's time to close the book on that, move forward. But we talked about the touchdown play. That was a really pretty play. I think it was Tron Mitchell's first touchdown reception of the season. And hopefully that's the first of many more between he and Copeland. But let's talk about that play just a second. What was that play? What was called? How it developed?
It basically was like the play before we called a fast screen, like a tunnel screen to him, and we was actually trying to give him the bite up because they bit so hard on the following play, and so we was trying to like sail the tunnel screen and get the little slot receiver to release down the field. But Cotton did a great job improvising and finding Tron. Tron did a great job coming back to the ball and making the play when he got the balls in the hand. So he kind of like bailed us out right there on that one.
He wanted the touchdown bad too. He smelled the goal line and he got it in. So I was glad to see it.
I was just glad he ran away from him that time because early in the game he got caught from behind when he broke on one.
That's right. You always want them to get it in the end zone right there so you don't have a first and goal situation where you got to stick it in against that athletic defensive line they had. So anyway, but But as we turn our attention this week, we talked about we opened with Stanhope Elmore 6A. They're traditionally good. Hadn't really followed them the rest of the year to see how they played out. We know Pike Road is good, defending 5A state champions from last year. And as we move to Pell City, their record obviously is not that great for people that are listening to us. They're 0-4, but they had an off week before we come to them, and they played an extremely tough schedule. Their opponents, as we were doing a little bit of research, they're 18-1. Their opponents are on the season, and that loss came. Two of their opponents played each other. So
they played some really good teams. Clay Chalkville being one, defending the 6A state champs. So and then they played Center Point, who got some really good athletes on the field running around from Birmingham up there. Then you played Moody and Leeds. I mean, so they have played some really, really tough, stiff competition. So they know what to do in games like this. I mean, because they've seen it for the past 3-4 games.
Right. Yeah, we're not going to bring anything they hadn't seen already. So
correct.
So they've played tough competition, and if you look at their region, I mean, they got Clay Chalkville, Huffman, Oxford, Pinson Valley. Yeah. So I mean, they've got a tough region there. A lot of those teams we talked about have been in competition late into the state playoffs in recent years. So that's tough. Clay Chalkville's won a state championship recently, and Pinson Valley, I think, won one when Bo Nix was there. So
correct.
So
Kool-Aid.
Yeah. So anyway, but so as far as making the trip up there, we want to talk about what the Tigers are doing on the trip, when we're leaving, what we're going to do, or what the fans need to know for the ones that will make the trip up there.
We're gonna pull out by 11:15 from the school. You know, we're gonna charter up, and we're gonna stop in Sylacauga and eat pregame meal. Well, we're gonna stop at Sylacauga High School first, have a walkthrough.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go 5-10 minutes up the road to Booker's Barbecue and get a pregame meal, and then we'll leave there, head on to Pell City, and get there, get settled and stuff. So try to make it seem like a traditional game, you know, even though the ride's so long, but we try to eat the same time, you know, try to keep it like it's the home game, eat around 3:15, you know, 3:30 up in there. So
that's a long trip for a regular season ball game. I remember, I think when you were in school, WS Neal, we played down in Bruton.
Yeah.
And then Escambia County also was in our region, I think, for a couple of years down that way. So that's about as long as I can remember, other than we went to Gadsden one year back in the 90s and played Litchfield when there was a school there before they combined those schools to make Gadsden City. But it's a long trip for a regular season game.
Yeah, long trip. But I just tell the guys, you know, it's a business trip.
Right.
You know, we're going for one reason only. Let's go out there and get that W and come on back. So I just tell them, like, try to stay focused. You know, bring your AirPods, your music. We have some DVDs, movies, and stuff to watch. You know, it's just try to be comfortable, you know, on the bus. That's the reason why we get a charter for you. So
that's right.
Be comfortable, you know.
So is this is it a return trip for Pell City coming here next year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so they get to experience that as well. So, all right, well, good deal. So you know, long trip, but in a way, it kind of prepares you for potential trips come playoffs.
In the playoffs, correct.
So that's the silver lining there, I suppose. So as far as their offense, what should we expect from them offensively? You
know, they kind of vanilla. You know, they're gonna do what they do. You know, tight sets, run game, and, you know, pass off that. So it's like I told my boys this week. I said, you know, after a loss, everybody saying what you should have did this. You know, I just told them we're worried about us. We're gonna work and focus on us. We're gonna do what we do, get good at what we do, and worry about the little details and just worry about us. So yeah, Pell City, you know, they're well coached. Coach Mass, great coach, been at St. Paul all the years with all the good athletes they had down there. It's a little different because even had the same athletes they had at St. Paul, and your Mark Barron and A.J. McCarron and Robin Hood and all that.
Right.
But he's still a good coach, and they got a great coaching staff up there, so we got to come prepared Friday night.
Right. Well, good deal. Well, we will, and I don't know, have we had any questions come in during the course of the show? We will take another commercial break, and we'll open it up for some questions. If you have any questions that you would like to ask Coach Jernigan,
Actually, Keith, I wanted to mention one thing in the comments. If people wanted to, and I forgot they were at home this week, I have several Troy tickets left, general admission Troy tickets. If somebody wants some general admission Troy tickets while they last, if they'll make a comment on there or whatever, I can. Is it okay if I leave them at your office tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Perfectly all right. I may not be there, but you can leave them there. So, yeah, I won't be driving to Pell City. So, but yeah, that's perfectly fine. And if you want to comment, like Doug said, and for the Troy tickets, do so. But we'll step aside for another commercial break. You're listening to the Chick-fil-A Eufaula Coaches Show. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey, Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them. Unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Lauren Streeter with Wiregrass Realty, and I'm here to tackle all your real estate needs. Let's team up and make a touchdown on your new home. Give me a call today, 334-614-7409. Go Tigers!
Hey, Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
All right, Coach. As we come back in and talk about this week's game, we talked about Pell City's played a tough schedule. Let's talk a little bit about Eufaula. Eufaula at this point 3-1 on the season. Going into last week, there were two undefeated teams in our region, us and Charles Henderson. But
both of us lost last week, huh?
So Charles Henderson lost
to Beauregard.
Were they on the road?
No, they was at home.
They were at home. Okay.
They were at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've been in at home for the last. They got 6 straight home games.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
The next time they'll be on the road is when they come here October the 7th to us.
That's right. So did they have who do they have? Who do they have this week? Do you have any idea?
I have no idea.
I didn't look at that either. And, of course, we've got 2 weeks before that because we've got Pell City this week. We're back in region next week, homecoming.
With Ozark.
With Carroll. So and we don't want to talk about that very much because that's next week.
I think they have St. James, a smaller school.
Okay.
I'll double-check that.
Yeah. So, of course, this is a long road trip this week, so you got to deal with that, which we talked about as a silver lining because you get ready potential playoff trips. But then next week you got the distraction of homecoming.
We do.
So, and another region game. Ozark's normally a very competitive year in and year out. They have athletes, so but it's just all the day in the life of a high school football coach, right?
Yeah, with homecoming, the biggest thing about that, just keeping the boys focused at practice. Like, they're going to go out, they're going to go rolling, they're going to do all the good stuff that kids do for homecoming. Hey, I did it when I was in high school. So the biggest thing is they got to know when to lock in, when to come to practice ready to go. So you can't stop all the other stuff. You can tell them all you want to, give them a curfew, but they're going to be out whenever they want, really. But the thing is just keeping them focused and keeping everybody as one that whole week because you can have all the distractions, the parade, the float building, the pep rallies, and all that stuff like that. So basically, our main thing as coaches is to keep them focused and keep them going.
Okay, so that just made me think about it. You mentioned parade. Is the parade still on Thursday or is it on Friday now?
You're asking the wrong person. I figured that out next week, Monday. I have all
the
of
reason
that.
I thought about it is because it could impact our time for the coaches show. So.
Yeah, you're right about that. But I have all the information on Monday. Let's get through Pale City first, and then I have that Sunday night, early Monday. I have all that.
Well, okay. It says Charles Henderson's actually playing St. James tonight. So we'll know how that game turns out, which has no bearing on anything other than their one-loss record. But I only brought that up because we'll have to announce to people, or we'll just have to put it on Facebook page that if we have to reschedule the coaches show, because if the parade is in the afternoon, we may or may not. 6 o'clock, it maybe all be over. We could get here, maybe. I don't know.
You riding in it? We'll do it from the. Yeah, you can ride with Keith. Ride with Jarrell, and we'll do it on.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, we'll check back in with everyone about that. Not to get the cart ahead of the horse, so to speak, because as you said, we got a game tomorrow night, which is a tough one, and then before we come back home for a homestand, I guess we're at home all the way to the final. 3 straight home games until the final game of the season, where we travel to Blakely, take on Early County, and I don't know, you may not have even looked at them or what they're doing to this point, but it's hard to keep track of those teams across the state line because.
I take a sneak peek every now and then. I think last time I checked, they was 5-0, so they're doing fairly well over there in Georgia.
Okay, 5-0. Well, that was the question I was going to ask you, is how their season was going along so far. So they're doing pretty well.
Good thing is we've seen them a little bit this summer in the 7-on-7 Enterprise, but they got some really good athletes that can run around, catch the ball. So that's going to be a challenge also.
Was it the last time that Eufaula went to
the shootout?
Yeah,
it was like 50-something, 60-something.
Yeah,
like we score, they score, we score, they score.
Last one held the ball.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if that was the last time we went over there or not.
Yeah, that's when we had Rah and all of them with us. Yeah, so that's the last time we went over there.
Okay, so it's an exciting game. We won the ball game, if I remember correctly. So hey, as long as we win, right? Coach might put a few years of age on Dak Rivers if Coach Rivers if it ends up being that kind of a game. So, Doug, any questions come in with the ticket giveaway?
No, everybody's pretty well. The only other questions I had, really, we can address next week is changes to policy at the high school and things like that coming and going.
Yeah, we can address that next week.
We'll get a little more information.
And I thought I would have more questions this week after a loss.
Hey, you know what? Probably a lot of people felt like I felt. I mean, I was proud of the way we played, and you don't want to lose any game, but hey, if you're going to lose a game in overtime, I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You played a good football game.
Oh, yeah, it was a good football game. One thing I tell people, I said, my boys, the effort, you don't have to question that. I mean, they going all out, and, they playing with their effort. So that's one thing you don't have to question about my boys now. So, I thank them for that.
I think a lot of people left impressed with the effort, as you said. They left it all out on the field. Pretty obvious to most people watching that maybe Pike Road had a few more Jimmys and Joes than we did, and but we went toe-to-toe and played very well. And like I said, very proud. That was a game that should give the guys some confidence going forward, because you play a competition like that, you get the playoffs, you've seen that kind of stuff before. So
So that helped big time. They D line was really good. 9-7-5 was really good, and they was big also. So for my offensive line, as young as they are, staying there like that, go toe to toe with them. I like our chances.
I agree, and it happened early enough in the year. They can take that and build on it. Still got plenty of time left in the season. So
I'm not sure which one of them it was, but one of the defensive linemen is actually on his official visit as of today in Tennessee.
Probably, if I had to guess, it was 9 blocking.
I think it was.
If I had to guess, it's probably for him.
Yeah, I heard that earlier today that he was on his official visit, and I'm surprised. Some folks felt like it was a no-win situation because they came in, I think, 2-2 to that ball game. Folks what they don't realize is they lost to a Marist team, and they lost to
Tuscaloosa.
They're a very good team. And folks don't realize, but Hillcrest, I heard somebody talking about them. The coach, not Hillcrest, I'm sorry, Marist. The coach at Marist has been there 40-plus years and has over 400 victories. I mean, you think about that. You're going to coach somewhere 40 years, you're going to average 10 wins a year.
Yeah.
You got a pretty good program.
Oh, yeah. Marist has a great program down there. They run the single wing also, so – I mean, they got a good coach and a great staff. So,
what are we going to see this week? Are we going to see a bunch like we've seen 22 men in a 5-yard box the last 2 weeks, or are we going to see something different?
I mean, if my receivers don't start making plays and catching the ball, you're going to see 8 or 9 still in the box. So, I mean, they just got to step up and make plays so we can loosen that box up so we can run.
Well, I mean, I thought – from a positive standpoint, there were some good catches made. I mean, I can remember a few.
There was some good catches made, but I would say some key drops at the time that we needed on third down, and we got to get better at third down. It was some key drops, and we got to get the ball more to the edge besides the jet sweep. That's my biggest concern right now, and that's what we've been working as a coaching staff at practice.
Right.
I mean, because everything else is in between the tackles, so we got to get outside the tackles and loosen that box up. Once we loosen that box up, I mean, then you don't know if we can throw it, we can run it. So we got the whole playbook open. So right now, everybody looking at us like they one dimension, they going to run the ball. So they going to stack the box and make us throw it.
Right.
You were talking about receivers earlier. I wanted to mention Anderson. I thought, I don't know, I'm not at practice every day, but I thought he's done an exceptional job up to this point. I watched the playback the other night. I didn't realize he was this close to catching that ball in the end zone. Yeah.
Yes, and Brown has been playing good. We just need a few more others to step up. And, we haven't had a game where all of them played well. We have a game where one person played good here, one person played good here. I'm just waiting on that breakout game where all three are catching the ball, and we can go here, we can go there, we can call a play no matter who's where. I'm just waiting on that game.
Well, maybe it'll be this week.
I hope so. I hope so. Speaking of Brown, and I got to give him credit where credit is due, because on that fake punt, he bailed us out there. He made a man miss and went and got the first down.
Right. Yeah, that was an excellent run. He did a really good job. And so you actually call the fake punt. He just do it on his own, huh?
Yeah, no, he didn't do it on his own. We called it. No, we called it, and actually we was trying to get the ball to Pew 15, and he took an inside release on the guy that was outside of him, and we told him all week in practice you can't take an inside release, and he took it anyway, and he got stuck inside and couldn't get back out. And Browner made a good play by making some man miss and going to get the first down for us.
So he had to just ad lib on that play, man.
For sure.
Okay, well, good job, and that's what makes good teams great, is having individual players make great efforts.
I tell them all the time. I was like, hey, sometime we're gonna make bad calls. You got to make us look good.
Right.
And he made us look good right there.
Yeah, well, that's great. Good to know that. And but anyway, we'll step aside. Like I said, if you have any questions for Coach Jernigan, remember you can type them in the comments. We'll ask them. But we also have a guest coach here this week. Offensive line coach Skylar Mayo will be joining us when we come back from commercial break. You're listening to the Chick-Fil-A Eufaula Coaches Show right here on the Eufaula Tiger Football Broadcast. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey, Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now Impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories, from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Easy Metal Building Kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express. Fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Camlocker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Lauren Streeter with Wiregrass Realty, and I'm here to tackle all your real estate needs. Let's team up and make a touchdown on your new home. Give me a call today, 334-614-7409. Go Tigers!
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-Fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Welcome back to the Chick-fil-A Eufaula Coaches Show. Right now I'm joined by Coach Skylar Mayo, the offensive line coach for the Tigers.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, Coach Mayo.
I appreciate it.
You're in your first year at Eufaula. We've been talking off camera during the break, but let's talk a little bit about your history. I mean, you just told me some of it. Let's kind of recap it for the folks at home. You're pretty well traveled. So.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So starting for me, I'm originally from Holmes County, Florida. It's just on the other side of the Florida line, like you're heading to Panama City Beach on 79. Out of high school, decided to go to Faulkner University and play. I was there 2011, 2012, and then I felt a calling on my life to leave there and go to Southeastern University and help start their program in 2013. So I rolled over there 2013, went through that. It was hard. It was tough because going from a program that was already established to you're starting it was pretty tough. And the head coach that I was playing for at that time was Keith Bearfield, who's a Eufaula native. And from there, 2014, I ended up getting cancer, had Hodgkin's lymphoma, went through chemotherapy, and beat that. And then went back to Southeastern in 2015, started right tackle for them, won first conference championship at Southeastern. And then at the end of that season, my back went out. Ended up with a bad injury, and so I stepped into student coaching. So I coached there in 2016. We won the conference championship again. And then 2017, whenever I graduated, I had to make my own path. So I decided to go back to Faulkner, where I had originally left, and I was there with the Borins, who they're at Montevallo now. So they took me on, and I worked with tight ends and some receivers. And then at the end of that season, we had played for the conference championship. At the end of that season, they had left, and then that's whenever Coach Shane Wasden came in, who's also a Eufaula native. So I have ties here to Eufaula. And so being there with Shane, I learned a lot during that short amount of time, but then Southeastern called me back and brought me on full-time over there. During that time, I worked with tight ends and receivers. 2018, won the conference championship. 2019, we played for it and lost it. And then in 2020, there was a head coaching change, and I ended up moving to the defensive side and was the D-line coach and the defensive run game coordinator over there. And then right after that, it was on to I decided to take another step, add a little bit to my resume. Took a head coaching job down at in Pensacola at Lighthouse Private Christian. So I was the head coach there and the athletic director. And then one of our trainers, Carla, me and her worked together at Southeastern. And I came up here on a visit, and then I met Jarrell. And then whenever he took the head coaching job, he was looking for an O-line guy, and I was the next guy up.
Hey.
So here I am.
It worked out. We're glad that fate and circumstances brought you to us. So you're doing a great job. Let's talk about the offensive line, this year's offensive line. Obviously, you inherited a D1 player in
yes, sir.
Pat Screws, which I saw him here. I think he's still here.
He's probably over there eating somewhere.
I think he's probably eating, yeah. Probably good for him. But we got some youth on that line for the future. So let's talk about the starters and those
absolutely.
guys
we already talked about Pat. Pat's great to have. He takes everything, every little bit of coaching detail, and he runs with it. He implements it right away. And then right beside him, you got Parker. Parker's a sophomore, young guy. This is his first time playing offensive line. And I'm super excited for him and what he's going to be able to do as we go. He's taking all the little details. Still has a few little bit of technique things to work out, but I expect that from a first-year O-line guy. So I'm super pumped about him. But one thing you can't teach is his aggressiveness. Like, he's going to go after it. He's 100 miles an hour all the way to the wall. Starting center, you got Chris Dutill. He's a junior. He stepped up to the plate. We had him originally at guard, but he was probably one of our best snappers. And can't do nothing without getting the ball to the quarterback's hands. So moved him to center, took it, and he knows every single position. I can move him wherever. This week I just threw him out there at tackle, just to give Pat some time off, because Pat's been playing both ways these past few games, and so took some reps off of him during inside, and he did a great job. Especially being a little bit short-armed, but he's doing a really good job. And then beside him at right guard, we have Tyreek, sophomore. I think he's on his second year, is what he told me. This is his second year playing, so a very young guy, and just trying to be technically sound on him. He's an aggressive guy, but he's learning as he goes. And then beside him at right tackle is Ben. And Ben Holloway, man, I'll tell you this, man, he is a great kid. He's got patience. He still wants to have some technical issues whenever it comes to his technique, but he's working on it. And he has moments of greatness. I will say that he has moments of greatness. He's just doing really young things, and that's what I expect out of young guys. Right. But I came in so late. I came in August. Ooh, I came in August 1st. So literally the day I showed up was our first practice for fall camp, and so I didn't get to work with them all summer. So we're literally learning as we go is what they're doing, and they're taking all the information they can get, and we're fixing it as we go. And I'm super excited for even an off season as soon as we get through with this season. But we're gonna make this season run. I'll tell you that we're gonna go pretty far with it.
I had no idea that you came in that late. So
yes,
congratulations on the progress y'all have made, because it's obvious you can see progress as they've gone through game 1 to
absolutely.
2 to 3 to 4.
And that this past week, we had some issues up front, and it was issues that I expect from young guys, especially that young. Whenever someone comes up, crowds the box, just like a young guy, even in college, young guys do it. They get so focused on the person in front of them that they ain't really looking where they're supposed to be going. And we worked it and we hammered it this week big time at practice, and I'm ready to see what we got going for tomorrow. We're going to take it and run with it.
Coach, as an old line guy myself, I just want to tell you, I'm very tickled with the short time y'all had to work together, and you had 3 sophomores. Now, everybody knew Pat was going to be fine. But the 3 sophomores and 1 junior, the center's done a great job. But the 3 sophomores, I really expected that to be a factor in us up front the first few games. But I've noticed they've done very well for sophomores, picking up blitzes and twists and a lot of things. So that's got to make you feel good about the next couple of years.
Absolutely. When I came in, I feel like I made a pretty good impression on them, making sure they understand that, hey, listen, like, we're going to work. I'm going to be hard on you. But the one thing I do is that the only time I'm going to yell at them is whenever they're not listening to me. I'm going to be hard, but there's no reason to yell if you're doing everything I ask you to. Now, if you're doing it and you just can't get it, ain't no reason to. But if you're doing things out of spite of me because you think I'm wrong, I got a couple championship rings to prove you wrong, so we're gonna go with that. And they listen to me, and you know, honestly, this is probably one of the tightest group we have. They're always together, always doing something. Even on a Saturday morning, I mean, they're showing up together, getting in ice baths, doing recovery, and then right after, they're always going somewhere to eat. I mean, they're a family.
How big of a help was it having the offensive coordinator that was the offensive line coach be able to kind of tell you what to expect from those guys?
Oh, big time. You know, I wasn't walking in blind. I will tell you that. You know, he literally laid everything out like a car manual. I had every little bit of information to who their family was, to what they like to eat, and how many cookies I need to make for them on Saturday when we get to them. I mean, he laid it all out there, and you know, he does a really good job. And you know, he drifts around a lot at practice, which is really good to see. For a coordinator not to just be so stuck on one area. You know, he drifts around. So like this past week, you know, he drifted down there with the offensive line, got back with them, and was helping me out on that side, and just throwing some little details out there, you know, especially with the young guys. We got another good group of young guys coming up behind them, and you know, just little things like, hey, make sure you get your pad level a little bit lower while we're sitting there and we're moving fast, because it's a lot about reps. You know, the more reps you can get, the better you're gonna get. So.
Well, so 60% of the starting offensive line are sophomores. So you got them for 2 more years. What about behind them?
Behind them, we got another sophomore that he's gotten in a couple times so far this season, Brody Sharp, and I'm really excited about him. I think he's going to be the next one up at tackle. He's probably going to be the one to step in for Pat. He's a young guy. He moved over from the defensive side, and you know, he gets at it. I'm really excited for him. The few times we thrown him in there, he was originally came over and he was playing some center for us, and then we were down to tackle one day and moved him over to tackle, and Pat jumped on the defensive side, and we saw him going against Yanze and some others. I was like, dang, you're doing pretty good. You took the coaching I had with the tackles and he ran with it. So he's not just one of those kids that he listens to his position. He listens to all of it. So far he's played center. He's not in the game, but at practice he reps some center. And then in a game so far he's jumped in at both tackle and guard. So he knows the field. He knows what he's got to get done. Also behind him we got a young buck. We call him Peanut. And man, that kid Dinkins, he's short, but you want to talk about some kid that can bring in and lay the wood and make you cross-eyed when he hits you. You know, he's a little light, but he's going to come with it. So super excited about him as well. And then of course we have Gooch, that's also right tackle. He's a backup. He's a little short-armed, but he gets at it. And what I'll probably do after he's been playing tackle this year, I'm probably going to bump him into guard next year, because now instead of being out there with all that space, you take a short guy and shove him in the box, he don't have as much room to move, and he's going to be a lot faster, and he's going to be aggressive and be able to pick somebody up.
Which one is TikTok famous?
That'd be Gooch. Talking about the Billy guy?
Yeah, we saw a little bit about that. Well, that's great. I mean, you got some guys coming up in the future. Maybe Archie Manning's got another grandson, and he'll hear that and know we got plenty of protection.
I told him this way.
There we go.
We're going to protect him up. We'll keep him right up and clean.
That's right. Well, that's great. Well, Coach, it's good to get to know you a little bit better. And, of course, I don't think we had actually officially met till tonight, so it's nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
And introduce you a little bit to our audience at home. And wish you nothing but the best this week and for the rest of the season.
I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. You have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. We appreciate everyone tuning in with us tonight on the Chick-Fil-A You Follow Coaches Show. We're going to step aside for a commercial break, and we'll be back with some final comments after this break. We'll be right back.
Hey, Tiger fans. Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day, or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700.
Easy Metal Building Kits, pole barns, and metal roofing supplies. APEC Metal Express carries multiple kit sizes and colors with at-home DIY instruction. APEC Metal Express. Fast delivery, superior quality, excellent customer service.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-Fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Welcome back to the Chick-fil-A Eufaula Coaches Show, live from Chick-fil-A. Of course, we're live here every Thursday night at 6 o'clock for the Coaches Show, 6:45 for the pregame on Friday nights, 7 o'clock kickoff. Of course, tomorrow night we'll be at Pell City. If you can't make it to the game, you can tune in on YouTube. The YouTube channel is the Eufaula Tiger Football Broadcast. It'll be Eufaula at Pell City. Of course, if you're watching us tonight on Facebook, the Eufaula Tiger Football Broadcast page on Facebook is linked through the Eufaula Tiger Football page on Facebook. And, of course, also on the NFHS network. The game will be available to view and to listen to tomorrow night from Pell City. Of course, tomorrow night is the midway point of the regular season already. Tigers go into it 3-1, looking to go 4-1 on the season. 4 regular season games remain for the Tigers. Homecoming next week with Carroll of Ozark, followed by a home game with Charles Henderson, Rehoboth after that, then wrapping up the regular season at Early County. The season goes by fast, so get out if you haven't seen these young Tigers play. They're very exciting, very good team, and made Eufaula proud last week, even in a losing effort against the defending state champion Pike Road. But that's going to wrap us up for week number 5 of the Coaches Show. For Doug Apple, I'm Keith Bryan, wishing a good night and a great weekend. Go Tigers.